This is a steal for the Devils. Rumored to happen. Sometimes rumors just are true. Tom Fitzgerald's first big move of the offseason. Implications here. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Devils Digest. Thank you for joining us here today. Hopefully, you're going to join us here all summer long and hit the subscribe button to talk all things Devils. Now, Devils were going to make some moves this offseason. Didn't know when it was going to happen. They wait just a few hours after the Stanley Cup final ends. And it's Erik Haula going to the Predators for a 4th-round pick in 2025 and defenseman Jeremy Hansel. Now, when you look at this trade, I mean, obviously Erik Haula, a fan favorite, someone who liked it here in New Jersey, someone who wanted to be here. That's why he signed a 3-year extension with New Jersey after his first year here when they traded Pavel Zacha over to Boston for him. Gets traded, goes over to Nashville. Now, when you look at this trade, taking emotions out of it, it's something that had to happen. You look at Erik Haula's year last season. 21 points, 11 goals in 69 games. He finishes his Devils tenure with 225 games, 97 points, 41 goals. But when you looked at this last season, you saw regression. He's 34 years old. He was injured at times. He kind of went on a little bit of a scoring spree. Honestly, his numbers look a little bit worse, or his numbers are a little bit better than they actually were. It was kind of a struggle year for Erik Haula. And when you see a player who's 34 years old, you do get a little bit worried. You do kind of ask yourself, well, is this somebody who's just had a down year, or they have that regression and it's happened? Players, you see it all the time. When they get over 30, it can happen quick. And when you look at where the Devils are and what they're going to need this offseason, it's not something to risk. I mean, if you can get rid of it, why take a chance? Why take a chance that, next year he's the same 21-point player, not, the 41-point player, clutch playoff player we saw just 2 seasons ago. Probably what Tom Fitzgerald was thinking when he signed that 3-year deal, offered Erik Haula that 3-year contract, didn't work out. Final season was not very good. I mean, it's had back-to-back, down years, and this year, it was kind of bad. And Tom Fitzgerald moves off of Erik Haula while also getting a 4th-round pick in return. I mean, can they use it in a trade? Nice to get more prospects in. We'll see. Maybe Tom Fitzgerald wants to move up in the draft. But like I said, it's always good to have options. There's never a situation where options are bad. But the big thing out of this, when you look at what makes this trade so good for New Jersey, is their cap space. You look at what Erik Haula was making, 3.15 a year. Player who just scored 21 points, 34 years old, on a team that struggled to score everywhere. Top 6 had issues. Depth had issues scoring. They're going to have to figure out a way in this offseason to have that not be the same problem. Last year, the problem was they weren't physical enough. Well, they fixed that. This year, not enough offense. I've said it before, best way to fix your offense is to go and get in your top 6. That fixes your depth. You move players down the lineup. That's what I think Tom Fitzgerald should be looking to do, and what I feel like he's going to do. You saw a really frustrated Tom Fitzgerald at the end of the season. Well, took his frustrations out, and now he's got $14.3 million to spend with. And I've said it before, when you look at this free agency class, it's a really good class. Just starting off, John Tavares and Mitch Marner. Now, I'm not saying the Devils are going to be on John Tavares and Mitch Marner. I'm sure they're going to, look into it. When you get players like that, you just look into it, whether you're going to go ahead and sign them or not. But guys like Nikolai Ehlers, Mikael Granlund, these type of guys who could be available to you now when you make a trade like that, when you clear money. The Devils knew that they needed to clear money. They want to be aggressive in this free agency. I mean, Tom Fitzgerald, like I said, very frustrated. Didn't like the depth. When players got injured, the offense struggled. I mean, they finished 20th in scoring and then a top 3 power play in the NHL. Clearly, 5-on-5, not very good. Player who's pretty good, 5-on-5, Nikolai Ehlers. Fits the system. You know, Devils like to be really good in the transitional game. That's when they were a good team 2 years ago. They were one of the top teams in the league in the transitional game. Well, you have a little bit more options now, and there's plenty of options in this free agency. This is a really, really good class, much better than last class. So it definitely gets interesting. Devils, obviously, not just offensively, they're going to have to figure out the goaltending. Do they feel comfortable with Nico Daws? Now, I've said it. If you feel that Nico Daws is part of the future, he should be ready this season. I mean, he's 24 years old. He should be able to fit into a backup role. What do the Devils feel Nico Daws' future is in New Jersey? I mean, clearing $3 million kind of brings Jake Allen back into the question. Do they go? Are they a little bit, nervous seeing how it went a year ago with the goaltending, kind of just completely put down their season? Do they kind of get a little bit scared in that regard, and they really want to go ahead and get Jake Allen signed? Still, now there's more options to go. Luke Hughes, you're going to have to sign him long-term. You want all 3 brothers, it's going to be a long-term deal. And you got to convince them that, this is a good number at an 8-year deal. That a bridge deal, it doesn't make enough sense. The 8-year deal. Now, what is he going to get on that market? Could go over $8 million. $9 million maybe. But you did need cap space. They got more cap space with this. That was the big thing with this trade. Look, I said, take your emotions out of it. Erik Haula, fan favorite, wanted to be here, scored some big goals in the playoffs 2 years ago. Take that out of it. This was a good trade for New Jersey. They needed to create cap space. You're thinking maybe Andre Palat might be another one who might be on his way out. They do take out Erik Haula. Erik Haula over to Nashville, 4th-round pick, and Jeremy Hansel on the way back. Jeremy Hansel, defenseman, 2023 draft pick of the Colorado Avalanche. Doesn't seem like he's going to, be an NHL player, at least not for the Devils. Devils kind of have their defense figured out, or have a ton of options to figure that out. So we'll see what they do going forward, but just makes free agency that much more interesting because there are a lot of available players out there that could bring, a need to the Devils. So we'll see what they do with that cap space. Hopefully you hit this subscribe button and stick with us around for the summer to talk some more Devils hockey, and I'll see you guys all really soon.